All right. What's happening, everybody? It's your big homie Doe checking in one time for the one time back from a long time. Yeah, I took a little break. So, we back with another episode of Donuts with D.O.U.G.H. And on today's podcast, we have Q and we got Troy from Can't Sit With Us, but They Sitting With Us Today podcast. From the Can't Sit With Us podcast, based out of Nashville. And man, just today we just, we feeling good. Actually, today in my hometown, we celebrate 8th of August, which is like Juneteenth for our area. So shout out to everybody back home that's celebrating 8th of August. I wish somebody would airdrop me a fish plate. You know what I'm saying? and some Starnes barbecue, but it's okay. I might pull up. But yeah, man, on today's podcast, we just gonna have a conversation, man. It ain't gonna, we're not gonna do like an interview. It's not, you're not under interrogation. I know the lights.
I did. I feel a little interrogated when I came in. I'm not gonna ask you if you want Captain D's or tell me what happened. This ain't First 48. This is Donuts with D.O.U.G.H. So, man, let's just get right into it, man. So, Q, you are originally from Milwaukee, yes, sir.
Cream City.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, how did you find your way down to Nashville to the South?
Man, so I was in Milwaukee until I was probably about 19. I had originally moved away from there to go to Florida. And I was in Florida for about a year and a half-ish or so.
Okay.
My Florida life was crazy, man. Like just, being down there with a close friend at the time and, just trying to figure out life. Like, just you're leaving somewhere for the first time as a quote unquote adult and, you're just trying to figure it out. And that I just wasn't a fan.
But boy, that was an extreme. You know how many?
Yeah, it was.
You know how many states you had to skip to get to Florida?
Yeah, man. That was a man.
Like you couldn't just go to Chicago. Like that's right down the road.
Well, at the time, my friends had family in Florida, so it was like, okay, cool. We can go here. We can at least kind of be set up, to where we ain't out just on the street and figure it out. And just trying to figure it out, discovering it's not what you thought it was, and being in Orlando, it's like a real touristy area. It's just I'm not a fan. Like traffic in Nashville is traffic, but traffic in like Orlando is different. It's a different.
Really?
Especially going on a certain time of the day, and I mean aside from that and just other things, it wasn't a good fit. And so my sister was already here. She went to TSU.
Okay.
She was already here, but even before me, she had been here almost 10 years. And so, just again, trying to find somewhere to go where, I'm not completely out when I first get there, somewhere to find somewhere to, lay my head and all of that. And my sister, luckily enough, came and, allowed me to come down. And I think I really only plan on being here for maybe a year or two.
Got you.
And, fast forward, end up getting acquainted, finding friends, found a girlfriend, had a kid. Some of my friends from Milwaukee ended up moving here, and it just became home, man. Home.
Got you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's Southern hospitality,
I tell
you know what I'm saying?
I tell everybody that asks me about this place, they like, yo, what why are you there? Like, why do you live? I'm like, man, Southern hospitality is a thing. Like, just being around generally friendly people. You know what I mean? No matter, for the most part, no matter like color of skin, who you are around, whatever. Like, it's all good, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, Nashville has a way of creating community.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like if you are into a certain thing in Nashville, you're gonna find your tribe.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I love about Nashville is like, yeah, once you've been here for a while, everybody accepts you as a Nashvilleian or villain, however you want to say it. I've been here, it's probably been about 20 plus years now. Yeah. So I was here before the wave of people coming from California, all that other stuff. I was, I can almost say I'm OG Nashville almost. so it's definitely a place that you can come and make home and discover yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And Troy, you a Nashville native. What
Yeah,
part of Nashville
man.
you from? You know, I gotta ask that to
Out
everybody.
south, out south.
Out
you
south.
know.
So what school did you go to?
Hillsboro.
Hillsboro.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So was you there around the time that Fridge was just running over
Yeah,
folks?
man. I'm a unicorn here, so I've been here all my life. You know, I'm like, one of the only people still here
Yeah.
from the beginning. So, yeah, I've been here all my life through
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, so that was one of my first experiences coming to Nashville. I was dating a girl, and her brother played football for Overton, and they was like, "Yeah, we going to Hillsboro to see, man, they got this big dude number 2 named Fridge," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." You know, I get out there, and Fridge just he was Fridge. He was Fridge. I was like, "Yeah, dog. I'm glad I ain't out there." Somebody gonna get hurt. But anyway, man, so from Hillsboro, how did you find your way into what you're doing now? Like, what was the atmosphere growing up in South Nashville and just trying to figure life out?
The crazy thing, I was supposed to go to Overton, but I was able to get to Hillsboro somehow. I don't know. You know how they have the zones and stuff, but
Gotcha.
I was able to go to Hillsboro for all my 4 years. But yeah, I've been here all my life. Nashville is a lot different than what it was back then and is now. So a lot more people, a lot more traffic, of course. So, but man, through it all, man, I just been doing that, and I've been continuing to do like studio work. I started doing music. Shout out to Nikes. I got my production company called Threshold Brace. You know, we produce for a lot of artists. You know, make music and all that. So I connected with him, and I started doing that. And I started engineering different artists and you know, mixing and mastering a little bit. And then probably a few years later, I started doing the podcast You Can't Sit With Us. And I started that just because I wanted to get another platform to like promote and have artists on, or just guests period, and just connect with them and able to just grow and like just like even now, you know, just connect with people and trying to expand our brand even more. So yeah, so I've been doing.
Gotcha. This man trying to give me the whole bio.
Hey, man, he went crazy. I said, hey, let him cook. Let him cook.
Nah, boy, he done skipped over a whole lot of stuff. But now we here.
Yeah.
Now we here. But so how different was growing up in Milwaukee? Was there any adjustments coming to Nashville as far as just, you know, a different, even though culture is culture wherever you go, black culture, but it changes from city to city. Mm-hmm. So how was that, you know, adjusting from Milwaukee to Nashville for you?
First of all, Nashville lacks sidewalks here, which is so interesting. Almost everywhere now there are sidewalks, but almost everywhere you go, it's like driveway. First of all, like parking lots, they don't just like gradually go up. It's a bump and you go right in. That's an adjustment. There is grass everywhere, no sidewalks now. But in all seriousness, so when I was there, I was, you know, younger. So I will say that I don't know if I got to fully experience my city at this age, you know, because you see things from a different lens when you're in your teens and late teens compared to when you're in your 30s. But if I can think about just how it felt when I was there, I didn't really feel the community at that time. I went to school, so I lived in Milwaukee, but I went into a school called Brown Deer, which is like just a little smaller city outside.
Brown Deer.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's really y'all had to be called the Bucks.
Yeah. No, we the Falcons.
How you gonna be the Bucks? Brown Deer.
I don't know, man.
And
I don't know. I feel like it was. I feel like it was like that's too easy.
They missed the opportunity.
But yeah, man, I used to really be in that. That gave me a lot of community because that's where all my people were. But when you got up to Milwaukee, it was such a bigger area, and you had so many more people. And when I'm here, like it's almost like, especially if you do the same thing, you can almost always connect with somebody here. It's quick. It's like I can see some dude standing outside this building, and if we find something that we relate on, we can have a conversation for 20 minutes. And I didn't feel that back home when I was there. I will say that looking at my city now from the outside looking in, it looks like they got a lot more community and a lot of people coming together. So I love it for them. But I think I didn't feel that when I was there.
Got you. Now, as far as you being from, out south, growing up, was there a lot of division in the city? Because, I remember a time where it was like East be balling and South be balling. So how did that affect or impact, connectivity within the city at that time?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't even really outside.
You
like
wasn't
that.
outside.
I wasn't even outside like
Bitches
that.
be in the basement, boy, making them beats.
I wasn't even outside like that.
Engineering them songs.
I wasn't outside till I started doing the podcast, to be honest. So,
Okay. Shoot, at least you honest. At least you
That
ain't-
explains that explains a lot. That does. Keep going, but that explains a lot.
Yeah. But from my vision, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I feel like it's honestly worse than now, to be honest, as far as just division, because just what's they call it? They just moving like most of all the black people out and gentrifying, and all that. So I feel like it's worse than that.
Yeah.
Like with Germantown and all that, and it's just I feel like it got worse than it was back then. So
Yeah, so, when I first moved to Nashville, I was warned, you better not go over on South 8th. Now you go to South 8th.
yeah,
Boy, you look
totally different.
It looks safe over there.
It's
Like,
kind of cool.
I be seeing people walking their dogs and just having a good old time. And I'm like, it wasn't like this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Well, we know what happened. Gentrification happened. But and East Nasty happened. Like that's diabolical. East Nasty.
Even Belmont, I feel like Belmont, they expanding over there. It looks like so much nicer and everything now. So
And like the thing is like about gentrification and just progression in general, it's like you want to come from a nice city. You want to have nice things, but at the same time, you don't want the culture to die with it.
What does it
You know what I'm
cost to
saying?
have those things?
So that's the thing. Is like going over there and being like, wow, somebody probably got murdered right there where you standing.
Yeah.
I know a couple of robberies went down right there.
and they wonder why they be seeing all these foxes and coyotes, y'all cutting down their trees and their habitat. So if y'all get attacked, that's on y'all.
That's on y'all. Wow. I never even thought about that. This man called out the coyotes. And the
Nah, he breaking down the science right now.
right. Yeah, brown deer. But as being in a music city, how has that helped you build your brand as far as Can't Sit With Us? Being that it's a music city, so it's also a media city as well. So how has that helped you all build your brand with Can't Sit With Us?
I would say just like I feel like everybody in Nashville got a mutual friend. So if you meet somebody, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you know that person. I know that person too. Everybody know each other. Cause I feel like Nashville is like a big circle, anyways. It's not really that big. People think it is, but it's not that big. But yeah, just it's been relatively easy though the past few years too. We connect with people so easily now, cause like when people post their interview on their platform, we get followers, and then people DM us wanting us to be on the show. Like it used to be hard because we had to like hit up people all the time to be on our show, but now people reach out. Yeah, people reach out now. People reach out now like it's nothing. So.
Can I sit with y'all?
Well, you already are, brother. Exactly. You already
No,
here.
I'm saying that's what people hit y'all.
Yeah. No,
Can I sit
facts.
with
That's
y'all?
a fact. That's a fact.
Because y'all said you can't sit with us, and I just want to pull up. I just want to seat at the table.
And I'll say like that feeling is fire to me every time. Like people that actually want to hit us up and inquire, because like you said, like in the beginning, it wasn't like that. Like it was us trying to look for people, you know, whether it be him reaching out or me, and you know, trying to get people on the show. And now everybody, and without saying this in a mean way, everybody does something these days. You know, everybody has something that they want to push, that they, you know, want to show the world. And I think it's cool that we can give people that platform to do it, you know. Allow people that do things kind of like you said behind the scenes. Like we can have those people on, and you might have, this guy, you know, chops down trees and you never heard of him, and you might got a huge tree in your backyard, you know, and we can bring you there.
We got Paul Bunyan tree chopping service, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Come on through.
And we giving them the opportunity to put that out, man. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
So with that being said, you was speaking on, you know, connectivity with knowing each other or knowing someone that does something. How did you all connect?
Let's see.
You want to go with me?
I got to start it off. So yeah, when I first started doing the podcast, I was literally doing it in my basement studio. So like the first, I want to say like first 10 episodes.
So you was down there like Dexter.
Yeah, yeah. First, it was just audio too. So it was just audio. You had to go in like the YouTube archives to find like the first 10 episodes. But I started doing that, and then I had a co-host, and then I think she left after maybe a few episodes. And then I was doing the show.
So you Joe Budden out here.
Yeah.
So she left. She left, and then I want to say maybe, like episode 15, 20, I think I had him on the guest. He was an artist at the time. And then we did our interview. He asked me if I need a co-host. And he reached out, but I think we got and I want to say Facebook. So I had a friend. She was living in Nashville, but she lives in San Diego now. But she's an artist. She go by A Rose, and she I think he had reached out on Facebook, and she connected us through there like that. So that's how that happened.
Okay. What's your side of the story?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much like that. Like like you said, when I came in at that time, I was an artist. I was trying to push my music, you know, and I was trying to get to really any platform I could. I think I saw his pod come up on my YouTube feed maybe at the time. And so, you know, reached out, just, hey, you know, want to be a guest. And really when I was reaching out to be a guest, in the back of my head, I was like, dang, I wish I could be on the pod. Like I mess with getting to chop it up with people.
So he finessed his way.
Yeah, ulterior motives.
He said you can't sit with us, and you just gonna take a seat.
But it was cool. It was a come up either way. You know, whether I got to be on the show or even if I just got to, you know, put my name out. And just on the way out, just saying, you know, hey, not knowing that he was currently like going through, you know, whatever with his co-host at the time, I had no idea. You know, just saying, hey, you know, if I can pull up, let me know. And sure enough, the rest is history, man. We here now.
Okay.
Sure.
And I know that y'all have hit the road. And what places have y'all traveled to, and what's been like the best city for what y'all have been able to accomplish?
Man, Denver was probably the best.
Yeah, Denver was the best.
Denver was the best. I have a ball every time I go to Denver, even outside of the activities. But I have a blast out in Denver, man.
What happens in Denver stays in Denver.
Exactly. You know, it's a good city though, man. We've done that. We've gone to where's we going?
Memphis, Atlanta.
I always forget about that Memphis trip.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, I went to Memphis.
Yeah.
What part of Memphis?
Ain't no
What was
telling.
that? I don't know what part that was.
It all looked the same.
I forgot what part that was.
No, man. I know that I definitely remember the artists that we met out there, and it was. I think that was kind of like one of those kind of like in and out trips. Like we here to do what we got to do. We gonna get up out of here.
Yeah,
yeah.
We did go to a Grizzlies game though.
We did do that.
Yeah.
It's safe. Did somebody try to charge you about $20 to park?
What did we park?
Ain't no telling, bro.
Yeah,
that was so long ago. Ain't no telling.
You know, my family stay out there. My sister stay out there in Memphis, and yeah, Memphis is kind of rough.
It is, man.
Every time I go out there, I gotta go. It's a restaurant I go to. Every time I'm out there, I want to go. It's some loaded cheese fries gumbo. Man, that must so
Loaded
good.
cheese
I
fries.
remember us
gum-
going, yeah, I remember
That's
us going
got to
there.
be the most big back thing ever.
Yo,
Hey, it was good,
it's-
though.
Loaded.
Let me tell you one thing about this man right here. But bro be participating in some of the most big back things, but never gets a big, not even a half of a big back. Nothing. And I'm like, bro,
Hey,
you're
it was so
you're
good
different.
though.
So nah, man, let's stay on that for a minute because loaded
Yeah.
cheese. Well, hold on, loaded.
So it's like New Orleans meets Memphis. Basically, so it's like what's the wedge? Like
So
the
black on
wedge.
black.
It's some wedge, the wedge fries, and they put cheese on it. It might be like mozzarella cheese, and it's like they got different sauce. It's like gumbo. It's nice. I wish I could remember the restaurant. I ain't been in so long, so I have to.
Loaded. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I know I got some Memphis homies, so y'all check in. Y'all tell me what
I mean, I'm sure if I look through
restaurant
mine-
this is.
It's
'cause-
right. It's like right down. It's like right beside the stadium too. Right beside the arena.
I'm sure if I look through my photo albums, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I might have to try that next time. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to slim down. I'm trying to unbig my
hey,
back.
man, look, I
But-
gotta go
but-
do my mile as soon as I get out of here.
But that sound, you know, quite
Yeah.
delicious.
Excellent.
It was. But yeah, we went to. I went to Dallas to do an interview.
Yeah, I
went to
didn't,
Dallas.
which is crazy because my mom's in Dallas, but I didn't get to go for that trip. I had to work, but yeah.
So, how is it on the road? Like, how do y'all find these artists or people to interview? Do they hit you up and be like, "Hey, come to D-Town. We're gonna shag you out." What happens? Like,
Man,
Well, I'll take like I know Atlanta for example. When we went to go talk to Hakeem and Jazz, I had gone to school, the high school with Hakeem. They're like Instagram personalities, but they're around social media pretty often. And I actually just hit him and like, hey man, you know, we want to plan a trip somewhere that's not super far, but we do want to come, you know, sit down and chop it up. And that ended up working out. We, you know, got dates together, and we just pulled up, man. And most of those times, like, you know, it's in and out. But I think that Atlanta trip, we probably made a little vacation of that. I think we
yeah, we went to the. Is that the time we went to the podcast festival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
we went to the podcast festival that Charlemagne was from.
Charlemagne.
We ended up doing that. So it's most of the time it's probably, well, I say that time with somebody that I knew. The other times is probably, is it us reaching out for the most part?
Yeah, me finding them. Most people, I be randomly finding people through Instagram too. So I forget how, like, even like with Denver, that's like Denver. I've been knowing a lot of Denver people from years ago before I even started the podcast. So I've been knowing that. And then Dallas, that kind of popped up a few years ago. Actually, the girl Lachey Love, she got a song called "You Can't Sit With Us." So that's how we connected. She actually got a song called "You Can't Sit With Us." So that's how that happened. So
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna come back to Nashville. As far as I know, you said you used to be an artist. Do you still participate? First question, and the second question behind that: what do you think keeps Nashville artists from being on major platforms? I mean, listen. I know we got Jelly Roll. Okay, like I've been knowing Jelly since Jelly Roll had a braid down his back, damn near to his ass crack. So to see his progression is awesome. But
Yeah.
you see what he had to do to get there.
Get there. Yeah.
So that's my double end question right there for you.
So first part of the question, I'm not an artist anymore. I actually DJ now. And DJing is honestly the closest thing that I got to being an artist without being an artist. And I mean, it gives me all of the elements that I love, like, which is really, if I was still being an artist, I really just want to perform. Like, I like being in front of a crowd. I like being able to control the vibe, the mood, whether that be, you know, in my case now, my own song or somebody else's. But those were the things that I loved about just being a creative and being an artist. So I don't really rap much anymore. You know, if you give me a couple minutes, I can write like 16. But I don't do it on the major. What was it? Repeat the second part.
What do you think it takes for an artist to, I guess, make it to a major platform from Nashville? Because it's not many that have made it, to that mainstream, with Nashville being the music city. Like, you would think that it would be, artists left and right coming out of the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the question. Like, what do you think from your perspective?
I would say the artists that I met, and I mean whether they have been on our show or not, I think that artists need to put themselves out more. And I think that what I notice is a lot of artists, they're kind of in their own little group. Like, these are the fan base that I rock with. These are the other artists that I'm cool with, and I share my shows, my music with all of those people. But I might not use my Instagram to learn how to get ads to market to somebody in a completely different city, or to, just market to different kind of people. So I think that might be a thing for me.
Just from my perspective, I feel like it's lack of music business knowledge and lack of getting outside the city. One of my biggest markets that supports me, like, no matter what, happens to be Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
Like, when I go to Huntsville, it's almost like a family reunion. Like, I see people I ain't seen in a couple months. Man, bro, what you doing down here? Man, I'm just kicking it, man.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that hinders a lot of artists. Like, you still gotta, like, I know social media is so big, right now, but you still gotta campaign. You still gotta get out here, shake hands and kiss babies. Let it be known that what you do.
Yeah.
And stand on that. Because I know for me, I mean, I'm still actively an artist in some capacity, but that's been my thing. It's like letting people know what I do. Because a lot of times, being an artist, you get so jaded because it's like, you walk down the street as an artist. You turn around the corner and somebody to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's somebody out here outside right
Probably.
now with a guitar or something. So it's like, you don't want to get grouped in with, here we go, another rapper.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. Like, if you're confident in what you do, you'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing is, we have to find that confidence again of saying that, hey, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff, like Erykah Badu said, and really just attacking it to say, like, I'm going to take this serious and I'm going to develop myself.
Yeah.
But back to the music business side of it, like, I feel like there's still a need of artist development, because people just jump out here and
and just give you whatever they got.
Yeah. It's just like,
no, I totally agree with you on that.
what is this? You know what I'm saying?
People is I don't know, man. It's like people don't want to sit down and take the time to really perfect the product you're selling. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go to Nike and buy shoes and the Nike sign is half made and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll just buy it anyways. No, it's not gonna work that way.
I bet you somebody bought some Travis Scotts with the backwards.
Oh, I mean,
Sure.
But I mean, I think that artists should take that the same way. Like, when you're, in the studio and you lay down the song and, you got yes men all around you, or people that you've come up with are quote unquote in your group, you got to take your music out. And I think that kind of plays a part, like you were saying, putting yourself out there. Like, a part of putting yourself out there brings feedback too. People that haven't heard your music, that can listen to it with fresh ears and say, hey, maybe you should try this, or I didn't like this because of that. Different information that you can take back. So I think it's super important. I think they kind of play hand in hand.
Got you.
Yeah.
Plus a lot of artists trying to just go TikTok famous. They trying to just go viral on TikTok and stuff like that. But I know artists need to get back to like like I said, going to the club and getting the DJ to play the song, or radio's still important. A lot of people don't realize, but radio's still important as well. Just not just posting it on social media and just thinking it's gonna work like that. But like even radio is really important too.
Another thing that I think artists are not chasing these days, they're not really chasing longevity. So I feel like they're chasing that next big hit. You know what I'm saying? So they release all these singles, and then you get to the album be trash, and or like I said, without the artist development, they go in the studio and make the same song 10 times.
Yep.
I hate to put artists on blast, but Boss Man D.O.U.G.H need to make some new type of song.
Yeah,
because he got the same flow on
all of them,
every
single.
record.
Yep.
You want to hit the club?
Yep. All of them.
And it was cool for the first couple songs. I like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Eating hibachi.
Yeah.
No,
But I mean, that makes me think of like the people that stand behind him, behind his career. Like, what did y'all? I guess what did they expect from him when he first started? Like, did we think, okay, he's gonna do this, but he's gonna change it up at some point, or did they think like, I think if he just keeps doing this, is okay? Like, I don't know. It's when I look at like artists that are quote unquote up there that are known, like I wonder if it's a lack on their end or on their team or both. It's I don't know. Interesting.
So what you got to say about it? What's your perspective on it? Like,
Definitely change their flow. That's how they be talking about the baby all the time. The baby be having that same flow all the time, and so it's like you got to change up every now and then. Ain't nothing wrong with changing up. If it don't work, you can go back to what you was doing, but every now and then you got to change it up.
Man, so there's an artist by the name of Skylar Blatt out of.
I remember y'all were talking about that on that episode.
Yeah, she's originally from Cincinnati, and at first when she came out, like she was straight giving you bars. Now she's kind of doing like this little sing song thing, and like a couple of songs is dope, but it's like, man, where them bars at? Like,
yeah, take it back a little bit.
So like change can be good, and at the same time, change can be like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I guess is just one of those things that you kind of just have to play with and see where it goes. So yeah, man, but I feel like doing a segment right now. I haven't, I got to get back in this.
Let's get it, man.
This mode, man. So we're gonna do those half a dozen, man.
All right, let's get it.
It's been a minute, so shoot. Look, I'm giving Donut Country a free promo right now. But with those half a dozen, it's just where I give you like, give me the top 6 of whatever category I pick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I guess since we got 2 people, we can just do those dozen. You give me 6 and you
That's
do
cool.
it.
Let's get it.
So, all right. We're going to split it in half. So, I want you to give me your half a dozen of your top 6 artists.
Okay.
In Nashville, I guess. No, just your top 6 artists. You give me your half a dozen of your top 6 podcasts.
Okay.
That's tough.
It is.
All right. So I'll give you my top 6 artists. I'm gonna go Wayne.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Coldplay, Kendrick Lamar, and
Wow.
yeah, facts. I gotta pick the. Oh, I got 3 instead of 2 more. Okay, I used to people like, give me your top 5. Yeah,
Mount Rushmore or something.
And I'm gonna do Brandy.
So you
in
giving
the top
us
spot.
artists.
Yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place, man. I'm gonna say Cole in 5, and this answer might change, but judging by the day. But today, I'm gonna do Shine in spot 6.
Shine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Only because the album he dropped from prison was one of my favorite albums of all time.
Okay, I got a question for you before we get into your top 6.
Yeah.
So, does Cole's stock drop after he bowed out the beef? Or do you still put him as a top tier artist? Well, let me not say top tier artist, a top tier rapper.
I still put him as top tier for me because to a certain aspect, I try to separate the artist from the music. And what I mean by that is we can't just act like we've never heard a Cole song. We can't just act like we don't know what he's done.
Right.
Now, with that, going forward, I can't listen to I'm outside. Let me, I can't listen to you calling people out until you show me something now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at that point, which if I look back on the whole situation, I can kind of see why he ran from it if he knew where it was going, but we didn't. But nah, because he was getting ready to, I'm pretty sure he was getting ready to drop an album before all of that happened. Like I'm certain he was on a run, on a rollout, and now we don't hear from Cole other than that grippy verse that everybody's talking about.
That man on his bike in New York.
Yeah, facts. But I mean, and I'm not mad at that. Take a little time, let yourself get back to it. But I certainly hope to hear from him again, which I'm sure we will at some point. But I don't take away from what he's done.
Gotcha. Nah. Cause I mean, it ain't too many artists making songs about folding clothes. You know what
it
I'm
ain't.
And we need that.
It ain't. Absolutely, man. We gotta talk about love and clothes for him.
Yeah. Cause I hate folding clothes. So if I fold some clothes, I'm in love.
Absolutely.
Because folding clothes.
Man, I don't know. I want to fold my own.
I'm not domesticated like that. I'm not folding no clothes. I would take them things and chunk them in a corner somewhere. Yeah,
he should have never dropped that 7-minute drill though, because all that stuff in there, he just lied. That was all that. That whole song was a lie.
He irritated me throughout that process. Like again, Cole is one of my favorites, but there were some moves that he did throughout that process that I was like, come on, man, come on. You dropped 7, then he took it off. He took it down. I'm like, come on,
because he knew it was a lie.
Yeah. Well, you have to, but I was still mad that he took it down. Don't do it.
Even the energy of the song in itself, like he wasn't approaching it like this is beef. It's kind of like he was just talking to a brother, like, I know you're getting at me. I don't really want to do this for real.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And
man.
I didn't like that because it's like you put that out, and then he said something, and you was like, nah, I don't want to do this. And I said, come on, man. Like, are we really? Because, and kind of like people were saying, he was talking like they were going to hurt him or something. Like, we was about to get physical. I'm like, bro, we rapping.
I think what it is he came to the situation with a handgun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kendrick Lamar had that chopper.
Exactly.
He had that chopper loaded that fit the clip.
He did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, before you get to his part, let me ask you.
Uh-oh.
Do you think that Drake is still the same?
That boy took a L. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes.
What Pusha did was, it kind of like knocked a jewel out of his crown,
but he ain't Kendrick.
Kendrick just kind of just beheaded that man a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when he said, "I want to hear Drake with the melodies," I was just like, God, dog.
And then you see Drake only been dropping melodies since then. He only been dropping melodies.
Drake need to take the rest of the year off. He don't need to drop nothing else. Just take the rest of the year off.
I ain't even know who this dude He dropped the song with Gordo. I'm like, who was Gordo?
Yeah, I don't see, like, it's just so interesting. Like when somebody get on board with Drake, they act like these artists been known for ages. I've heard nothing of a Gordo. I don't know who Gordo is.
I'm like, who y'all?
And when I looked, he's basically DJ Khaled almost. No, I mean I might be wrong, but he doesn't rap or anything. He just produces. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Not Like Us is still top 3 right now. That's
It
all
is.
been
It
out
is.
about
It is.
half the year.
You said who?
Not Like Us.
Oh,
It's
still
yeah,
top 3.
Yeah.
That song gon' look, man.
Yeah.
That song finna ring for a couple years.
Oh no, it's
Some-
yeah.
some
That's
barbecue.
it's a national
When-
anthem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
Yeah.
on,
that's exactly
now.
what I said. Drake
This-
needs to just take the rest of the year off.
And
Now-
I hate that people try to act like Kendrick ain't had no hits.
Definitely not.
That's because when it come to Drake, which don't get me wrong, I'm a Drake fan. I will gladly put on some Drake and vibe out, but I also know who Kendrick is, and I was a bigger Kendrick fan before I was a huge Drake fan, to be honest. And so I remember, I know when Section 80 came out, like how I was feeling when I heard that project. It was an amazing time, fam, and it's sad that that Drake had to face that from him. But I mean, if you gonna come out and talk that talk, just like Cole should have done, you got to come out and face it.
Yeah, I mean, I was even hyped for them, like for a minute. Like had
Yeah.
the evil twin joint on.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, y'all rapping, but y'all ain't rapping.
Yeah.
For real.
Now Drake did put out some heat though. That 100 gigs. Did you see the 100 gigs? Y'all see the 100 gigs?
I haven't heard nothing yet.
So he just dropped it's not like music, but it's a basically 100 gig folder of like video clips of him making like previous records, some leaks that never officially came out. It's a bunch of stuff, and I think that's fire. Like to literally not just give
He
me
needed
music, but to drop
something.
yeah, and that
Oh, really?
for me, I was like, oh, I love this. Like he got some of the greatest songs that he made. Like he got video from when he was waiting on Hove to do that verse on Pound Cake. Like it's just some gems in there, and I like that stuff. Like to be able to watch you in the studio, doing whatever, and not just him, anybody, but it was fire. Yeah,
All right,
I bought you some time.
Yeah, he had some time to
Bought you some
I had to
time.
pull up my phone trying to remember all my podcasts. But of course, I gotta go with You Can't Sit With Us, of course.
Okay, okay.
Gotta go Club Shay Shay, Brilliant Idiots,
Yes, sir.
85 South.
That's my number one.
Yeah, what else I got? What else have I been listening to? I guess I can throw damn, what's Cam podcast? Cam Newton. Yeah, Funky Friday. Yeah, I like that.
Can be putting some shit on. Can be putting some clothes on. My bad if I'm not supposed to cuss.
Look, you see this?
All right, cool.
I'm
Can be
grown
putting
ass
some
black man
shit
from the
on,
South.
man.
Yeah, Cam. What else? I guess I could throw Joe Budden in there. I listen to Joe Budden from now here and there.
Joe Budden is up. Joe Budden at the top, man. For
I
me.
listen to Joe Budden all the time.
I love Joe. Joe podcast.
You know, like I like Joe Budden,
Mm-hmm.
but like since my brothers from the South then came with these podcasts, I really
Mm-hmm.
can't. I understand that East Coast perspective, but it's just something about listening to 85 South or what's another one? Broken Plays.
Yeah, now funny.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
yeah,
but
now-
do we
now that
call
one-
that a podcast though? Because that's my only thing with that is
show.
do we
Yeah.
call Cam and Mace a podcast? Because I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's kind of hard
It is
to
on pod platforms.
differentiate now.
Yeah,
and
it
say
is. Yeah.
this is just a show, and this is just a podcast, and it's all media now. It's all content.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I love when Cam sit in that chair and start throwing us in bars. So I'm with it. I am for it.
they-
You get in that
they
chair
are
by
hilarious,
yourself and
man.
start rocking out.
So, did you give me? Did you
I
give?
think I
all
gave
six?
it. Yeah, You Can't Sit With Us, Club Shay Shay, The Brilliant Idiots, Joe Budden, Cam Newton. What did I say? 85 South. Yeah.
Yep, that's 6.
Yeah, okay. So here lately, I'm gonna tell you what podcast I've been checking out. And that's 7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
I've listened to that.
Yeah, so I just think the dynamic with
Mellows.
Yeah.
Got it.
Carmelo and Mero, like they make a nice.
I didn't know how that was gonna go. I thought Mero was gonna kind of like overshadow him for real.
Nah, it's really a balance because I mean, so Carmelo is gonna give you the aspect of I'm a former player, so I know the ins and outs, and Mero is kind of giving you the fan perspective. Like I want to know, about this, or how does this work, or the ins and outs. So it's kind of been a good balance with them, man, and I really like what they doing.
Yeah, they both from New York too. So.
Another one of my favorite podcasts is The Pivot. I feel like Ryan Clark is like top tier when it comes to like interviewing. Like he knows when to pass it off to to his co-host, and just his perspective is dope, man. Like, and if I had to set a bar, like he would definitely be one of my bars.
Up there.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Of course, Charlemagne always gonna be like, to go to
as much as people want to hate him. I mean, you do have to give him his respect. You gotta.
Because if you think about it, like as many people as he's put on, you know what I'm saying? That's what I look at. Like he's made his mark and set his longevity by including everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I always thought that was dope because let's be honest, I know Andrew Schultz does comedy, but you really know who Andrew Schultz was? It wasn't for Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah.
And like I said, don't come for me, Andrew. I'm just
you just the messenger.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know you probably get them jokes off just roasting me,
man, but he be going crazy on Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah,
he be going crazy.
Yeah, man. So I just touched a little bit on political state of things right now, and I hate to do that, but it's just one of those things that kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, having Meg Thee Stallion with the whole twerking thing at her?
It's just politics is just a huge gimmick at this point to me, man. Like, just even from both sides, she got Meg out here, twerking, and which Meg I see what you're trying to do.
Meg gonna twerk wherever she goes.
Facts, absolutely, and I'm probably gonna love it most of the time. but in very few places, some of them, I'm gonna say, probably didn't need that here. We probably didn't need it. You know what I mean? And I see what she's doing. I see who you're trying to cater to, how you're trying to reach, and I understand it. But I'm cool. I'm good.
I feel like politics, the real politics, are too serious to play with.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Like, don't feed me Popeye's chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I'm black and I love chicken, but don't feed that to me just because you think that's gonna get my vote.
Don't be so upfront. Like, chill out.
Oh yeah. You give them some Popeye chicken, everybody gonna come to the vote.
Gonna pull up. Yeah.
So I feel like that's an attempt because it's almost like, yes, we know that Kamala Harris is black. We know that her mother is from India and her dad is from Jamaica or something like that. So we know she's of the culture, but you don't have to pound us over the head with
She out there talking about just like Quavo said. I'm like, come on, man, we're not doing this.
Granted, like you don't want the old politics, but at the same time, it's like, be for real.
Yeah, let's be for. This is a very for real subject here. This is important.
Right. I mean,
or at least it is important as they want us to believe, but it's important.
I know. I mean, shoot, people out here risking ears and stuff to be in politics, and y'all
cut the camera.
Yeah, they showed up. They showed up with the thing on the ear.
Yeah, man. You just thought about putting your fist up, just photo out real quick on my way down. Come on, man. Yeah,
fight, man.
I'm cool.
Bro.
So, like, and how do you navigate your way through such a pivotal moment in history? Because it's like at this point, there is no clear candidate that you can kind of lean towards.
There isn't.
Like, because you're really looking like, you're just looking like, what is we gonna do now? Type thing.
Yeah, man. And I'll just kind of talk about where I am in my process, because I want to kind of be, transparent about this kind of stuff. Like, I'm just now at a point where I'm actually wanting to say, okay, let's kind of understand what's going on here. Like, understand these two people and what they stand for. And I mean, as of right now, like you said, I don't have a clear decision at all. I've actually been trying to get information on the locals, and just, voting here, which of course I ended up missing. But yeah, right, exactly. But yeah, I'm trying to actually do the science this year and just really understand what's happening before I just go out and place a vote.
My thing is, politics or just life in general, it really just starts with you and I. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If we get out here and do our parts, and I'm not saying just vote, but, be involved in our communities, take our influences and, expand on that to where we can create change. I think that's our biggest part, and I feel like a lot of people feel like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. You can do a lot if you just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you just get out here, somebody else, like I said, somebody else has that same interest throughout the city that, oh man, I wanted to do something like that. I'll just get with you. Mm-hmm. So, it just takes for us to get out there and lend our time and our energy to seeing and creating the change that we want to see.
Absolutely. Agree with that.
Yeah. Oh man, but before we get up out of here, because I just kind of went deep.
No, it's cool, man.
I ain't want to get too
Take us
deep
there, man.
But what can we see from We Can't Sit With Us in the coming months, man? And what y'all got? What's the next play?
Well, I can certainly say more episodes. Me trying to get better at the visuals and how they look. I think that was something that I've been trying to take a little more time with now. So I say definitely more episodes in the tuck. Things on the way. Live show coming. Do we have an official date for that? Can we release the date?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
it'll be November, December.
Hey, I thought we was finna get
a
Donuts With D.O.U.G.H.
I got a date yet. It'll be November, December though.
Right, we're gonna figure it out and record a little voice note and put it right over this part. But yeah, man. Really more content. Trying to be outside more. Seeing people's faces around the city. Yeah, just working, man. Working.
Well, I know that you just started. Well, you're a Twitch affiliate now. Mm-hmm. You want to
appreciate that, man.
So
appreciate that.
What can we see as far as your mixes? What can we look forward to with that?
Yeah. So the affiliate page is my gaming page. I'm trying to become a variety streamer. Most of the time, I'm playing Call of Duty or 2K or something. But trying to have more variety there. And also just being more dedicated, streaming, every other day, a few times a week, whatever the case may be. But outside of that, I have another DJ page that I started more recently. That's where the DJ mixes will be. I also want to do like a quote unquote music talk show, to where we come out, I either pay homage to an artist that I love, a project that I love, talk about the first episode that I did a few days ago, talking about Vultures 2 and how much I hated it.
And a lot of people share the same sentiments.
How much I hated Vultures 2 and hate the artist that Kanye's becoming. But yeah, man, just being able to have another outlet to talk music with people, because at the end of the day, I love to do that. It's in me. So, yeah.
If you ever need another co-host.
Oh, absolutely.
I got you.
Absolutely. I love it. Yes, sir.
They ain't to boot you out. You know, I ain't trying to finesse my way to sitting with y'all. I'm just saying. But what you got going on, Mr. Troy?
Shit, probably a lot, man. Man, real quick though, I wanted to tell you too. We on the subject of food.
Uh-oh.
You ever go to Atlanta? Go get you some crack wings.
Dude, so I've been seeing
you some crack.
I've been seeing that, and I'm like,
yes, sir.
So I got a
wings,
homeboy
man.
from Memphis that wings is like top tier. When I tell you, like, you know, make you want to slap your mama. Now his wings make you want to slap everybody in the room. So I've been seeing the crack wings. I'm like, this
gotta go to the trap museum, man.
This
and
looks
tap
like
in.
this looks like a gimmick. Okay, crack wings, is that the same Bando? The Bando guy?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go and tap in when you down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little sus when you get, like, you talk about, now you done been to Memphis, so you gonna be cool. But it's a little sus when you get out there. But just go in there, go get your chicken, and come on out.
Okay.
You're gonna be just fine.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, slutty vegan too if you ever go down there.
Yeah, which they extended their, so if y'all have heard of Slutty Vegan from the A, they are here in Nashville. It was supposed to be, I think, until the 7th, I think, but they extended another week, so they here until like the 14th.
I know they had like a bad rap with the Blacktivity, you know what I'm talking about,
I know what you're
can't think of what it was called.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, she here trying to save face,
Trying to rebrand.
you know, and
Which
kudos to her.
I get it, you know.
Hey, sometimes you
gotta pivot.
Do what you gotta do.
But yeah, just more episodes. Like I said, we got a lot of pre-recorded right now. We ain't even released yet, so be on the lookout. We just dropped the episode today, actually. So that's one of our freestyle episodes where we invite 2 women on the show, and we just talk random
Don't say
topics.
2 women. It's not always 2 women.
It
We
is always
invite
2 women.
and
Dang, I guess it has
always
been.
2 women.
Well, okay, so we do invite 2 women, but that's not the goal.
Right.
That's not.
Hold
That's
on,
not.
no, it seems
that's
pretty
not what-
consistent.
It is.
I mean, it is.
But I mean,
Two
yeah,
women.
you don't want to have too many males' perspectives.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
no sausage parties. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man.
I mean, that's the point of the freestyle episode.
I feel it. I feel it.
But yeah, we just dropped the episode today. So but yeah, just more episodes. Like I said, live virtual show coming soon. You know, we have performances and interviews. So yeah, we working on that. And what else am I doing? Yeah, still doing producing work. Got a song coming out hopefully soon with a Dallas artist. So I'm working on that.
Will it
So,
show?
yeah, Lachey. Yeah,
Right.
I'm working on that. Yeah, that's about it though.
Man, so yeah, y'all got motion out here.
Yeah.
You know
What
I'm
can
saying?
we expect from you since you back now, man? You back in the chair now.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to you know, get back out here and you know, find my motion again. I mean, not that I ever lost the motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just getting back out here and man, just like I said, you know, I was telling y'all off camera, like I want to connect with more podcasts just to, you know, bring other people to the forefront of what I'm doing, what they're doing, and just connecting that way. So that's kind of going to be maybe like a theme for a couple of episodes as I have other podcasts coming on. But man, just trying to build the brand. So my biggest thing that I've been trying to work on is separating everything that I do. So there's Doe, the artist. There's Donuts with D.O.U.G.H, the podcast. I just added on the higher ground market.
Yeah.
You know, doing the vintage reselling thing. Then there's higher ground. So I'm trying to compartmentalize everything, and so that's been my focus of here lately. Here late, you know, I got my first acting gig back in June. So
Fire.
I'm just trying to take all my creative energy and basically separate it, you know, put myself on a schedule and say, okay, devote your time this day to this, you know, schedule things out. Because that's been my biggest thing. I'm a very spontaneous person. I'll get up and do something in a minute and don't really have a plan. So that's been the thing, is trying to find the discipline and the consistency. So with that being said, like, yeah, I'm back out here.
Yeah, man. I feel it.
Man, and I want to introduce a new segment to the pod called "The Last Donut of the Night." It's inspired by Jay Dilla. I think he has a song called that. And the last donut of the night, it's going to be, the theme for it is just do it, like on my shirt. And I didn't wear that intentionally. It's just like one of the newer shirts I had in the closet.
This guy's a pod genius.
But the term "just do it," a lot of people don't know that it actually came from a serial killer. That was his last words before he was, you know, executed, is "just do it, baby." So that's where it comes from. But we're going to take that, and of course Nike turned it into something positive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But for me, "just do it" applies to what I'm doing now. You know, getting back into the podcast game, doing my acting, doing the store, whatever. Just do it, bro. Like, there's no wrong or right way to do things these days. Like, just do it.
Yes,
just get out there, try it, step out on faith, and let it be what it's going to be. Of course, you're going to fail. I think it's an artist by the name of Curtis King that introduced me to this term. It's called aticophobia. And aticophobia is the fear of failure. And I think a lot of people suffer from that. We fear that, oh man, it's gonna be, it don't look professional, so I don't want to do it. Or man, it ain't gonna sound right, so I ain't gonna do it. But bro, just do it. That's as simple as I can say it.
Yes, sir.
Now, do y'all have anything y'all want to add to that?
Nah, man, I would say for the people that are out there that were kind of like me at one point, of having so many things you want to do but not doing them, and it applies to, just like you said, just do it. Start with something. You know, a lot of people, they'll sit there and think about 20 things that they want to do, and sit there and try to plan in their head how they want to do it, and you done spent 4 weeks planning now. It's been a month and you ain't done one of them yet. So I would say, for those people that are out there, you know, ready to move and they got ideas, act on one of those ideas and let the other ones come. So, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you just gotta, like, no, everybody, I go by ambitious. So you just gotta be ambitious, whatever you do, you just gotta go for it. And, cause at some point in your life, you gotta make a sacrifice at some point. So you gotta make sacrifices. Especially if you want to be better and do better, everybody gotta make a sacrifice at some point in their life. So yeah, at some point, just gotta get out there and do it, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So, man, where can we find episodes of Can't Sit With Us, and, you know, all your socials and all that stuff?
Yeah, man. So y'all can find episodes on our YouTube. You Can't Sit With Us Radio. You can catch me on IG at Q the DJ, QUETHEDEEJAY.
Say it all, then. Spell it out.
Yeah, right. And on
BOOS.
but you can find me there. You can also check out my gaming page, Q the Gamer, on Instagram as well. Ambitious.
Yeah, follow me at Ambitious1K. Instagram and Twitter. If you don't know how to spell ambitious, you can go ask Alexa, go ask Siri, go look it up in dictionary, do what you got to do. Of course, Threshold Braces, the music production page. If you hear the music behind the podcast, that's the music that I produced as well. So any artists looking for some beats, hit us up. Yeah, Threshold Braces, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then You Can't Sit With Us. If you Google You Can't Sit With Us radio, everything should pop up. The Spotify, Apple, the YouTube, everything should pop up. So, but I mean, all you gotta do is put You Can't Sit With Us radio, all one word. Everything should come up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just want to let y'all know that you can sit with them. You just got to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
You can sit with them.
We welcome you in.
But you can't sit with us. I know it's a double entendre.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not a double entendre, with the oxymoron type thing. You can't sit with us, but you can. Just pull up a chair. If you got a love seat, ottoman, you can sit. But anyway, before we get out of here, this has been another episode of Donuts with Do, and Do is back, bike in the house with Spread the Positive Network. If y'all don't know about Spread the Positive, you can follow them on Instagram at Spread the Positive, and they got a ton of podcasts out here for y'all to choose from wellness to let's see, real estate to just mental health. They got it all. Mm-hmm. They also got Donuts with Do. What you on now? You can find me at Instagram at Donuts with Do. And it's spelled just like it sounds. Just nothing, nothing crazy.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, you see it. It's on the screen. It's on YouTube. And we need more subscribers, so you get to the YouTube page, baby. And smash that button, baby. And like I said, there's been another episode of Donuts with Do, and you can sit with us on the Spread the Positive Network.
Yes, sir.